Hi, my rays of light, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a celebrity psychic reading on Tekashi 69. This has been a reading that a lot of you have been asking for me to do. I've held back from it to focus on some Halloween things, more of like the haunted paranormal, but I am going to do the video after all. I know a lot of you are pressing to know. Now, for those of you that are not aware of who he is, he's a rapper, songwriter, he's a performer, basically in the music industry. But he has been involved in a lot. I'm just giving you a little bit of backstory for those of you that may have never heard of Tekashi or don't listen to his kind of music. He has been, in the last couple of years, in scandals, legal scandals regarding, assaulting, shooting, weapons, and also being indecent with a child. So he has a lot of different charges around him. Right now, he's facing close to several years in prison, and there's scandals about him leaking, being a rat, basically, and giving information out, about former gang members and some high profile artists, regarding, their dealings and what they do, etc. Basically snitching on things that he shouldn't be doing. So I'm here to give you the tea. Now that I've given you a little bit of background, these are going to be from this point forward my psychic insights. Again, if you are a sensitive or an empath, you may want to click off now. I mean, there's not really anything that I'm going to discuss that is like the haunted videos, but you may want to click off. So immediately what I see about around Tekashi is that there is a powerful female who cares about him and is and wants him to be okay. He is protected right now. Right now I'm being shown that he has a lot of protection around him, but there's also a lot of darkness. There's a lot of people that are upset. Has he been a snitch and ratted out certain people already? Yes. Has he, already talked to the police or the legal system and basically set up some kind of bargain to kind of cover his tracks? That is kind of up in the air, but what I feel like what Spirit is showing me, again, this is just intuition, that he has, he already has kind of tried to save himself. The thing is that I feel like there is another woman that's high profile. I don't know if this would be Cardi. I don't think it's her, but there is another female that is Latina, is from a Hispanic or Latina background that I'm being shown that wants him out, taken out. She wants him gone. So again, I don't feel like this is coming from Cardi, even though her name has been dropped and whatnot in the news lately. There is somebody else that wants him that is powerful. Like, she could be in the gangs. I don't know. It's somewhere, along that lines, or maybe like a wife of a partner that, that he knows, like a former gang member. But I see that there is something about a female here. I feel like that he is not being truthful completely to the police, to the legal system. There's a lot of lies being said, kind of trying to, get his way out by saying the things that are false. That's what's being projected right now. This is what Spirit is saying. And by the way, if you notice I'm talking a little bit different, or there is some, some words that are not very clear, I have my Invisalign aligners in, so hopefully everything sounds pretty clear. But I see him, being dishonest, trying to kind of muddle the truth and take people down. That, again, this is not looking good for him. I feel like he's very confused. He wants to get out of this, and he's very much about getting out of this legal troubles. But whatever he has accepted from them, there's also some people that are infiltrated in the police, in the system itself, that would be working with gang members and these high prolifics. So people have been paid already. What I'm hearing from Spirit, is his life in danger? Yes. Spirit is being very clear that his life is in danger. Now, this is not a threat. This is not anything like that I am conveying today in this reading, but I'm just stating what Spirit is giving me, is that he is in danger. There are people that are not happy with him, people that would never snitch, because that's the biggest thing. Even, even if you are taken down and you're a part of a gang, you're never going to snitch against your family, because that is your blood family, when you're in a gang. And for him, I feel like he has really pissed off a lot of people on the street, and definitely people that have been paid. So his life is, I feel like, a lot of danger and fear for him. Everything from this point out in his life is going to not be like good. It's going to be a lot of judgment. His music career is not necessarily over at this point, but what I'm being shown is that there is a tendency for like him to never be again successful in the music career, or have any kind of career in that area again. He would have to branch out to different possibilities. But I do see a lot of money that he would have connections that they want to get him out, because it's not convenient for these people that he knows information about. He has had this conversation with people, even though he's kind of already squealed some things that are false about people, to kind of push himself out, get himself out of this tangled web that he's weaved. I get that there are people that want him out and that do have power. And it could be that that female that wants him gone or taken out in some way is connected to these people that want to get him out. So if what I'm being shown is two possibilities again, because nothing is, you have to understand when I'm doing these readings from spirit, is that, the future is never written in stone. We can change it, the trajectory, with our free will. But what I'm being shown usually is like snapshots of the future. And what I'm being shown is that there's two things that can happen to him. Either he gets out and, gets more probation, which I highly doubt that he would just get probation. But he would get out of this, eventually with like maybe serving a couple of years in the prison system, and then getting out on parole, or, on probation, whatever, it goes on. That's one scenario. But I feel like he would run danger in the prison itself. The other thing that I'm being shown is that he gets out of this completely through people, very important people, being paid a huge amount of money. And I'm not talking about thousands here, I'm talking about millions. And it just takes the right amount of people and money, and he would be scot-free basically out of all of this. But he's not free. Remember, he is owned by people, and I know that that's kind of ugly for me to say that he's owned, but I feel like he is going to owe these people that would be getting him out of all of this, and basically he would be their property. And what I feel like is that ultimately, like, there's a lot of other people that have their, they're very worried right now. And, I really am feeling like someone is going to take him out. Someone that is, they've tried it already. Like, I feel he has created so many enemies that it would be very easy for one of them to kind of, get him out, and then boom, Tekashi, and we would see it on the news. Hopefully I'm wrong. I pray that, that this is not how it's going to go down. I don't wish anyone that at all. So, we definitely need to, pray, but, and send positive vibes to everyone that's involved in this. But it's a big mess, a big web that has been weaved. And for him, the main thing that stands out from spirit is that, he is in danger. Like, I would never say this, but there is danger, and it's like a spiritual warfare as well. He's not innocent, he's not innocent by any means, and he knows what he's done. But I feel like also he has, always gravitated towards a negative cycle, and that's how he thrives through negativity. I don't know how spiritually open he is either, but I keep feeling like there would be a strong, excuse me, a strong female healer, or someone that does work like this, that would be um, basically hexing him at the request of somebody else. So he has people that are doing magic against him to for him to kind of like be locked up forever. Like, well, not necessarily forever, but depending on the judge and etc etc. um I keep feeling like in the event that he would get out of this, there would still be legal issues. Like, his life path here on earth is one that is going to always have legal issues. And this is due to his destructive nature of his soul. Like, I feel like there's a lot of healing that he would have to go through, purification, and basically wanting to change this bad boy lifestyle that he is living and playing out. But I feel like for him, he doesn't take it seriously. Like, he doesn't feel like, that he is touchable. But Spirit is reminding him through all of this that he is touchable. Like, he is not untouchable. There are people that do and are willing to hurt him in some kind of way. And ultimately, the last thing that I'm being shown is a transition from this world to the next. So, again, I'm not saying that he's going to be killed or murdered, but we never know in these kind of situations, especially if it involves a gang member. And I'm not saying that gang members would be out to do this to him, but there is some important person, and I use that term loosely, because really we're all important as spiritual people and as just human beings. We're all connected to one source. But for the reason of this reading and what I see, there is someone in power, someone that has millions of dollars, someone that has control over certain people. And I feel like, this is where the danger comes in for Tekashi. If he was to get out, like, there is danger, and it's not something that he can avoid. And I don't normally, talk about transitions, etc. But that's how much I feel like there's so much danger that they want to take him out, and bypass all of this legal stuff. It would be so easy for them to do that. But again, it's going to be interesting how all of this is going to be playing out. I feel like there's going to be more people coming forward, maybe that are paid to speak out against Tekashi. Because again, you have people that are in high profile power that want him to rot in prison, basically, like, to be there, and it's easier to take him out. And then there's someone that wants him out, a group of people that want him out because they want to basically take care of him themselves. And I feel like very nervous. I'm trembling a little bit when I do this reading because I never get this type of things with other people. Not like this. There's just a lot of danger, and it's unavoidable. So everything that I'm being shown is very dark. The best thing, I have nothing against Tekashi. I don't know his situation at all, but for those that are his fans or supporters or his family, continue to pray for his soul, that he sees the light and that things can change. And for anyone that he's hurt, for there to be peace, restored to their life. And that's what I'm asking my spirit guides and my ancestors, to send light out to everyone that's been affected negatively, whether it was Cardi B, whether it was other rappers, and hopefully they can work everything out. But what I feel and what I see is just a lot of turbulence, a lot of turmoil, and just darkness, and again, transition. I see the angel of death, basically. So we will have to see how all of this plays out, and I pray, and I pray that everything turns out in a good way for everyone involved in this. But ultimately, I don't feel like these worlds that we are looking at and that we're witnessing with a lot of these people is going to be a good outcome, because it's spiritual warfare. And I talk about this, and I've been talking about it lately. We are in a vibration, in a state of consciousness right now where basically, we have good versus evil, and that's always existed. Light and darkness, it's always existed. We have within ourselves light and darkness. However, some people choose to embrace the dark side more. And some of it, when you embrace it, you find healing. But then there's some people that embrace darkness and stay and reside in that vibration for a long time. And these are the people that would be like murderers, that are killers, that want to hurt people in this world. And so even if Tekashi has some good side to him, because I feel like he does ultimately have some goodness in his soul, there are other people that don't. And for them, human life doesn't really matter to them. Uh, it's like just a dark soul here on earth. And, the only thing that we can do is fight darkness with light and stay rooted in the light, you know, for our work, for our consciousness, for the good deeds we do. So this is the reading on Tekashi 69. I hope that this cleared a lot of information, maybe questions that some of you have had. If you have any other requests, you can put them in the comment section below. Again, I will be picking up after this with other, paranormal type of readings from here until the end of October. So I want to wish everyone that's tuning in many blessings in love and light. And if you have not yet smashed the like button and shared this video, I ask that you share it, and hit the like button so it can get viewed by other people as well. And don't forget to check out my merch. It's located right underneath this video. You can also book a private reading with me if you're interested in a reading. Yes, I read everyday people. You don't have to be a celebrity. And all of my readings are on sale throughout the entire month of September. Also, pick up a copy of my new Oracle card deck, which is Starseed Footsteps. So, again, have an amazing evening or night wherever you are in the world.